Hey coin lovers! Welcome to the Worth Old Coins channel, your place to discover the hidden value and rare facts about old coins. In today's video we're revealing the top 2 valuable coins, and one of them might just be in your collection. So don't skip this video, let's find out their real worth. Top 1. The 2004 Australian 20-cent coin is a circulating denomination within Australia's decimal currency system, which was adopted on 14 February 1966. This coin belongs to the long-running series featuring the platypus design, an iconic Australian wildlife symbol paired with a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II to reflect Australia's constitutional monarchy. By 2004, the 20-cent piece had been in circulation for almost 4 decades, becoming one of the most recognized and widely used coins in the country. Historical context. The year 2004 in Australia was part of the early 21st century era marked by economic stability, a strong Australian dollar, and ongoing national debates over constitutional identity, particularly regarding whether Australia should remain a monarchy or become a republic. The coinage of this period still firmly featured Queen Elizabeth II's effigy, emphasizing the country's historical and legal ties to the British Crown. From a monetary standpoint, the 20-cent coin's purchasing power had decreased significantly compared to the 1960s and 70s due to inflation, but it remained an essential part of everyday transactions, particularly for vending machines, parking meters, supermarket change, and small purchases. Obverse design, Queen Elizabeth II. The obverse of the 2004 20-cent coin features the Ian Rank Broadley portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. This design, introduced in 1999, replaced the Raphael Maklauf effigy used from 1985 to 1998. Rank Broadley's portrait was notable for its realism, showing the Queen with greater facial detail and maturity compared to earlier idealized depictions, and this 2004 coin. The Queen is shown facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a favorite piece from her jewelry collection. The inscription, Elizabeth II, appears to the left of the portrait. Australia 2004 is positioned to the right, indicating the issuing nation and year. The Rank Broadley portrait was widely praised for its lifelike approach, capturing the Queen as she appeared in her 70s in contrast to the more youthful images used in previous decades. Reverse design, the platypus. The reverse design is unchanged from the original 1966 decimal series created by master engraver Stuart Devlin. It depicts a platypus, Ornithorhynchus anatinus, swimming through stylized water ripples. The platypus is shown from the side, with its bill-webbed feet and beaver-like tail clearly visible. The large numeral 20 is positioned in the upper left portion of the reverse, dominating the field and indicating the denomination. This design has endured because of its national symbolism, simplicity, and instantly recognizable imagery. Specifications: metal composition, copper-nickel, 75% copper, 25% nickel. Weight: 11.30 grams. Diameter: 28.65 millimeters. Edge: milled, reeded. Shape: round. Designer: reverse, Stuart Devlin. Designer: obverse, Ian Rank Broadley. Mintage: figures and variations. The 2004 20-cent coin was produced in high numbers for circulation by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra. It was also issued in uncirculated mint sets and proof sets for collectors. While no special commemorative reverse was used in 2004 for the standard 20-cent piece, there were proof issues that are sought after by numismatists for their mirror-like fields and sharply struck details. The mintage was sufficient to ensure these coins are still common in circulation today. However, as time passes, coins in uncirculated condition become less common, and collectors increasingly set aside pristine examples. Economic role in 2004. By 2004, the 20-cent coin had less purchasing power than in its early years. It could typically buy small confectionery items, public payphone calls, in some cases, or be used as part of exact change for bus fares and low-cost supermarket items. The coin was also widely used in vending machines, making it a coin that passed through millions of hands each week. Collectability and value. For everyday circulated coins from 2004, the value remains at face value unless the coin is in a very high grade, UNC or better, however. Proof strikes and mint set coins in flawless condition can be worth more to collectors. Error coins such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or die clashes are especially valuable and can sell for several times face value. Symbolism: the combination of the Queen's portrait and the platypus design perfectly symbolizes Australia's blend of Commonwealth heritage and unique biodiversity. The platypus, being one of only a few egg-laying mammals, monotremes, in the world, serves as a powerful emblem of Australia's natural distinctiveness, while the Queen's effigy acknowledges the country's constitutional monarchy. Summary. The 2004 Australian 20-cent coin is a continuation of a long and beloved series. Its obverse features the realistic Ian Rank Broadley portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, while its reverse retains Stuart Devlin's timeless platypus design. Minted in large quantities, it remains common in circulation, but high-grade and proof examples hold numismatic interest. This coin is a perfect example of how Australia's decimal coinage blends practical utility with enduring national symbolism. TOP2, the 1981 Australian 20-cent coin, is part of Australia's decimal coinage system, which was first introduced on February 14, 1966, replacing the old pound-shilling pence system with a decimal structure of 100 cents to the dollar. BY 1981 decimal currency had been in use for 15 years, and the 20-cent coin had already established itself as a major denomination for everyday commerce in Australia. The 1981 issue carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II acknowledging Australia's constitutional monarchy under the British Crown. These coins are both a functional piece of currency and a record of Australia's economic and cultural environment in the early 1980s. Historical context: in 1981 Australia was under the leadership of Prime Minister Malcolm Fraser, and the nation's economy was dealing with the aftereffects of the late 1970s global oil crisis. Inflation and unemployment were challenges, but the Australian dollar remained stable and the nation continued expanding its trade in minerals, agriculture, and manufacturing. The 20-cent coin in this era was a high-utility coin widely used for public transport fares, small retail purchases, vending machines, and supermarket change. Its design had already become one of Australia's most recognizable coins due to its distinctive platypus motif. Obverse design: Queen Elizabeth II. The obverse, front, of the 1981 coin features the Arnold Machin portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which had been in use on Australian coins since 1966. This profile shows the Queen facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a gift she received in 1947. The portrait style reflects a youthful yet dignified image of the monarch consistent with Commonwealth coinage of the time. Around the portrait is the inscription, Elizabeth II, to the left of the portrait. Australia 1981, to the right, indicating the issuing nation and the year of minting. This design was deeply familiar to Australians by 1981 and symbolized the country's ties to the Crown, even as Australia was asserting its identity on the world stage. Reverse design: the platypus. The reverse, designed by Stuart Devlin, the master designer responsible for many Australian coin motifs, depicts a platypus swimming in water, its streamlined body and bill captured in motion. Surrounding the platypus are swirling lines representing water currents, giving the coin a sense of energy and movement. The numeral 20 dominates the upper left of the reverse, representing the denomination in bold sans serif font. Devlin's platypus design is iconic and has remained largely unchanged from the coin's introduction in 1966 to the present day, reflecting the animal's unique place in Australia's wildlife heritage. Specifications and minting details. Metal composition: copper-nickel, 75% copper, 25% nickel, chosen for its corrosion resistance, durability, and pleasant silver-like appearance. Diameter 28.65 mm. Weight 11.31 grams. Edge milled / reeded for tactile recognition and to deter counterfeiting. Shape: circular flat rim. 1981 mintage and special features: the 1981 20-cent coin was struck in very large numbers for circulation as well as in proof and mint sets for collectors. Interestingly, in 1981 Australia contracted some of its coin production to foreign mints to meet demand. In addition to being produced at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, the 20-cent coins of this year were also struck at Royal Mint London, Royal Canadian Mint, Royal Mint Lantrasant, Wales. These coins are virtually identical in design, but have slight differences in die characteristics that specialists can detect under magnification. Economic role in 1981. At the time, 20 cents could buy a variety of everyday goods such as a newspaper, a small bag of lollies, or a bus fare in certain cities and supermarkets. It was a common change coin, often paired with 50-cent pieces and $1 banknotes. Because the $1 coin had not yet been introduced, it arrived in 1984. The 20-cent piece held a more central role in Australia's coin-based transactions. Collectability and current value. Most circulated 1981 20-cent coins have minimal collector value, often worth around face value unless in near uncirculated condition. However, proof coins from the 1981 Royal Australian Mint proof sets are highly desirable. Coins with clear mint errors, misstrikes, off-center strikes, or die cracks can be worth significantly more. Collectors also seek coins identifiable as being from foreign mints used that year, which can command a small premium. Symbolism: the combination of the Queen's portrait on the obverse and the platypus on the reverse is symbolic of Australia's dual identity, its historical ties to Britain, and its unique independent national character rooted in its wildlife and environment. The platypus, being one of the world's only egg-laying mammals, is a fitting representation of Australia's natural distinctiveness. Summary: the 1981 Australian 20-cent coin is more than just a medium of exchange. It is a small silver-colored disc telling a story of monarchy, nature, and a changing economy. Featuring Arnold Mackin's portrait of Queen Elizabeth II and Stuart Devlin's dynamic platypus design, it reflects a period when Australia was balancing tradition with modernization. While common in circulation, pristine examples and special mint strikes remain prized among numismatists. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.